Do you think a Roman legionary slept alone? No, he slept in an embrace, with a stranger, in the same bed, head to head, feet to feet, breath against breath, 8,000 soldiers, 4,000 beds, and no personal space. They shared their beds, warmth, sweat, snoring, and even lice. Why? Because sleeping alone killed faster than an enemy sword. Sounds crazy? The Roman army was a machine that couldn't afford the luxury of individuality, even in sleep, even in the intimate position we today call spooning. And today you will learn why Roman soldiers slept in pairs, and how it saved the empire. For starters, forget modern notions of privacy. The Romans didn't have separate rooms, not even in their houses, let alone in a military camp. A tent, a contubernium, was designed for 8 people, 8 soldiers, 1 tent, 3 by 3 meters, 9 square meters for 8 people. That's less than 5 feet per person. You can't stretch your arms out to the sides. You can't turn around without bumping into your neighbor. And sleeping, even worse. But the main thing was beds. The Roman soldier didn't have a bed. There was the ground. And on that ground, 2 cloaks, 1 underneath, 1 on top, and nothing else. How could you fit 8 people in 9 square meters without beds? Easy. They slept in pairs, head to head, feet to feet, cramped, so cramped that one shoulder served as the other's pillow. The system was called contubernium, shared living. But it wasn't just shared living, it was a tactic. The first reason, warmth. The Roman legions fought in Britain, Germany, and Dacia. In winter, the temperature dropped below freezing. The soldier had no sleeping bag, no blanket. There was only a woolen cloak, and 2 bodies under one cloak generate twice as much heat as one. Sleeping together means you won't freeze to death. Reason 2, safety. The enemy attacks at night. What do? You wake up. But if you're sleeping alone, you need a few seconds to get your bearings. If you're sleeping with a comrade, he wakes up at the same time. You get up together. You take up arms together. You watch each other's backs. 2 soldiers sleeping next to each other is an automatic early warning system. Reason 3, discipline and brotherhood. When you sleep in an embrace with a man who will watch your back in battle tomorrow, you become closer. You know each other's scent. You know each other's snores. You know how he shudders in his sleep. And when the enemy attacks, you won't run. You won't abandon this man, because he slept with you, because he's your brother. The Romans knew. The psychological bond created by sleeping together was stronger than any military oath. And now, how it worked in practice. Every evening, after dinner and duty, the centurion inspected the tents. He watched the soldiers settle in for the night, head to head, feet to feet, 4 pairs per tent, no exceptions. You couldn't choose your partner. The centurion assigned them, the strong with the weak, the experienced with the newcomer, so that one could teach the other, so that the old could support the young. The system ensured the survival of the legion as a whole, not the comfort of an individual soldier. The tent was clearly divided. 2 pairs occupied the left side, 2 pairs occupied the right, heads toward the center, feet toward the walls of the tent. This allowed for quick escape in case of an alarm. Everyone knew where the exit was, and it created a thermal bubble in the center of the tent. Where the head slept, you lie down. Your neighbor lies down next to you. His head is on your shoulder or on a folded cloak. Your bodies touch from shoulder to knee. You inhale the scent of his dirty tunic. His breath tickles your neck. It's uncomfortable. It's disgusting. But after a month, you can't sleep any other way. The stakes. What if you refuse to sleep together? If you say, I won't sleep with him, he irritates me. The centurion hits you with a vine, right there, in front of the tent. If you continue to whine, you are punished. You sleep outside, alone, in the cold, under enemy arrows, and no one will pity you. If you try to sleep separately, in the corner of the tent, your comrades throw you out, because if you don't sleep with them, you are not one of them. You are an outcast. You are a threat, because if you sleep alone, you'll freeze. And a frozen soldier is a dead soldier. And a dead soldier is a burden on everyone. Rome doesn't forgive weakness, even the weakness of being alone. What did the soldiers feel? At first, shame, horror. You join the legion a proud Roman citizen, and on the very first night, some sweaty giant presses himself against your back. You want to cry. You hate the centurion. You hate Rome. But a week later, you can't fall asleep without the warmth of his body. A month later, you wake up if he turns over. A year later, you can tell by the smell of his sweat whether he's sick or well. You become part of a system. You're not a person. You're one half of a couple. And now, about the elephants in the room, about homosexuality. Yes, Roman soldiers slept in each other's arms. Yes, it's intimate. Yes, many historians argue about what happened in those tents, but officially, nothing. The Roman army's sexual relations between soldiers were prohibited. The punishment was death, but rules and reality are two different things. We don't know exactly what went on under the cloaks, and we never will. But the co-sleeping system wasn't about sex. It was about survival, about warmth, about safety, about brotherhood. Everything else was a personal matter. Compare this with Alexander's army. The Macedonians slept separately. Everyone had their own bunk, but their camps turned into hospitals in the winter. Frostbite, pneumonia, they suffered losses from the cold. The Romans, no, or with the American army in Vietnam. There, soldiers slept in single hammocks. Cold, endure it, didn't get enough sleep? That's your problem. But the Romans knew. A well-rested soldier is a living soldier, and they slept together. The Romans turned sleep into an engineering problem. How do you fit 8 people into 9 square meters so that no one freezes? Everyone gets a good night's sleep, and everyone can jump up in a second if there's an alarm? The answer is to sleep in pairs. So, the answer to the riddle, why did Roman soldiers sleep 2 to a bed? Not because they liked it, but because it was the only system that worked. Warmth, safety, discipline, brotherhood. 4 reasons why Rome survived where others froze and died alone. Loneliness kills. A comrade saves. Even if he snores. Even if he stinks. Even if you dream of your wife in Rome. You're not Gaius. You're a soulmate. And your soulmate is sleeping next to you. Pushing, breathing heavily, but alive. And tomorrow you'll go into battle together. And that's more important than personal space. Now a question for you. Are you willing to sleep hugging a stranger to keep warm? In the same bed. No privacy. 2 months. Tell me in the comments. How many nights could you last? And subscribe, because in the next video I'll tell you how Roman soldiers punished those who snored. Spoiler alert, there will be vines, cold, and one very quiet night. Don't miss it.